My God, I'm gonna get killed. Halliwax are back in the shed. I wanted to go into a more in-depth review of the Luke Return of the Jedi saber produced by TXQ saber.com. When it's on the website, it's labeled the Return of the Jedi Luke, but in reality, this is the lightsaber Luke uses in the Book of Boba Fett. It was also modeled by my good friend Anakin Starkiller. Starkiller designed the model, TXQ produced it, and then they sent one to him and I to review and give them some feedback on what we think. So Starkiller came up this weekend and dropped mine off to me. There's a video that you can follow in the link below showing my first time opening it up and what I thought of it. But I'd rather go into a much more detailed review. Full disclaimer, even though TXQ sponsored this video, I'm going to be giving my honest opinion of this thing. So right off the bat, it comes in a pretty decent travel case, which is great. I've shown this in the other video, but I'll do it again. You open it up, it's all foam lined. It comes with the charger, the FX plate, a blade plug, which isn't accurate to the film prop, but it's cool that they included a blade plug. You actually kind of don't need it because this has the static cap, and it comes with the blade. The bullet tip. It's a really beefy blade. It's got a nice little protector on the end, travel protector. We're going to measure the blade. 36.5 inches long. So I imagine that's a 36-inch blade. The stand already assembled and put together, but it comes with this beefy acrylic stand, which is really nice. We'll put and I'm sure there's other YouTubers out there that have reviewed these things over and over, but this is the first time I've gotten a saber from TXQ, and it's the first time I've actually seen their case and stuff like that, so I figured I'd include it in the video. I mean, it's a beefy case. The Book of Boba Fett saber is one of its own. You could hear us talking about it in the previous video. So let's start at the top and work our way down. This is the static cap, which you can unscrew. There's 4 retention screws in there to hold the blade down. And then there's one additional screw in the large nipple here to hold the blade down, give it that extra oomph. So this is actually accurate to the stunt saber you can see Luke using in Book of Boba Fett. And it's actually in one scene, Luke holds it out and the blade isn't attached, so you see the nipple like this. What I like about this setup is all those small retention screws are hidden. We have, I'm guessing, this sure does look like brass to me. A brass neck that they weathered and aged. The ring section is anodized in a nice matte black, and it also has the accurate angle on the rings where the tool came in and cut it on an angle. We have the control box, which the rails are anodized, a real nice color. The clamp card's real nice. The buttons on there, real snug. The arrows actually work as the electronics buttons. We have 2 little screws here, Phillips head screws. The actual screen used prop has slotted screws, and I believe TXQ is aware of this, and the next run will have the correct screws. But the screws, if you want to upgrade your screws, all you need to do is grab some 0.82 flathead slotted screws, and they screw right in. We have the pommel here, and the tri-ring from TXQ. The tri-ring is rather large and not true to the real prop, but that could easily be fixed. And like Starkiller said, these tri-rings they had in stock, so that's what they used. Maybe in the future they'll change that design. So visually, they weathered this pretty heavy. Like Starkiller and I were talking, it's pretty heavily weathered. You can knock this down with some quadruple steel wool, or I've even heard the expression quadruple aught steel wool. And in the previous video, Starkiller mentions how he disassembled the saber and polished it up and then put it all back together, which is very, very easy, and he claims you can do it in under 25 minutes. I'm actually going to do a video after this shortly of upgrading, making all these changes to it. So we'll see if I can do it all underneath 25 minutes. Electronics here are held in with this bolt, this cap bolt. That's not on the actual prop. Too bad they couldn't have put that bolt here, hidden underneath the control box. But to be honest with you, it doesn't really bother me because of what I'm going to be using this for. So that doesn't bother me too much. The pommel unscrews like this. I've already greased these threads. You might want to do that too, because the chemical that they're using to age this leaves a residue, a powdery residue, and will get into the grooves of the thread and grind and bind. So it's wise to use some white lithium grease, or I'm a cyclist, so I swear by white lithium grease. I use it on all my pedals, and if you are a fellow cyclist, you know how hard it is to break your pedals free, and I've never had a problem with that. That's like the prime example of white lithium grease doing its job. So if they stop my pedals from seizing up, they'll stop these aluminum lightsabers from seizing up. Anyway, the chassis is super impressive. Now, I have the battery charging downstairs in the basement. But the chassis, it looks like, I imagine it was 3D printed, but this is a very, 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 very nice 3D print. This is an extremely nice 3D print. You can see there's a Profi board inside there. You can see the master reset switches on the Profi board. 18650 battery. And what's nice about this is this 18650 that came with it is flat on both ends. So on the chassis you have a positive and negative, so you can't screw that up. But believe it or not, I would probably screw that up. The wiring now, so on all my FX installs I use FTPE wire, military grade wire that they use in aircraft. Looking at this wire, this is high-end wire, which you shouldn't be fooling around with FX stuff with that cheap garbage wire. You burn your house down. I'm super paranoid about fire and electronics, and these wires are nice wires. You can see that they're silicone coated, and you can actually see the power wire that they used that comes off the main battery to the board, the main power and negative batteries. You can see them, and they're nice and thick. So they use the nice gauge wire. I've seen other cheap companies send out some scary wiring, very, very scary wiring. But it looks really good from what I can see for the electronics. Nice and, a legit install, super clean. The speaker's clean. Inside here, it can only go in one way, and the chassis is set up so it kind of like slides in. This chassis on the inside kind of like slides in. After Starkiller showed me how to do it, I got it going. So you can't really screw that up. Super impressed with the chassis. I'm actually super impressed with all the electronics in this thing. Like even the NeoPixel in the emitter. You can see the long pins in there. 3D printed chassis to hold it so it doesn't ground out. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 pixels in there, so it gives a nice bright shine through. One more thing that I'm probably going to do in the upgrade process is I'm going to get a piece of acrylic and put it in the nipple here. So here's the thing about me, and I don't want to be disrespectful to TXQ because I appreciate them reaching out to me and having me do this review, but I am not a lightsaber guy. I am a Star Wars lightsaber guy. And what I mean by that is there's like 2 branches in the lightsaber community. There's the guys that like the non-canon, all custom lightsabers with all sorts of animated blades and blinking lights and electronics and all that stuff. And then there's guys that like the lightsaber true to what they see on screen. So for me, This is the Book of Boba Fett lightsaber. All I would have on here is green blades and a couple of sound fonts. I don't need a ton of sound fonts. I mean, I can't see having more than three green sound fonts. That's just how I am. I mean, if I wanted a red FX lightsaber, I'd have a Vader. It's extremely cool to have all those sound fonts. You'll see it later in this video of me going through the sound fonts, how excited and impressed I am. But to me, it's not a selling point. All those fonts are not a selling point to me. To me, the selling point is accuracy. The FX stuff is just a bonus. If TXQ is watching, I'm telling you right now, if you were to supply a static cap, move this bolt in here, change the tri-ring, you would now have a much broader market, because now you just don't have the lightsaber community guys and girls, but you also have the extremely accurate replica prop guys involved too. This saber is sold out. It's been out of stock, so I don't even know if TXQ cares, but I would just say, to me, it doesn't bother me. These things don't bother me, but if they wanted to broaden their market, if they made those changes, boy, they'd have it sewn up, because TXQ is the only guys out there who have the Book of Boba Fett saber. So if they were to change those little things, they'd have the whole market covered. Well, Halliwax, you've done enough talking. What do you think? I'm sold on this. I have the battery charging, and once I get that fully charged, we're going to go into the basement and go through the sound font. There's a damn lot of sound fonts that come on this board. The animations are incredible too. It's very, very impressive what these programmers have come up with. So I think I covered everything that I want to cover. Again, I'm not being biased because they sent it to me free of charge. I'm just giving my honest opinion that I like this thing. I think TXQ has come a long way, and I think they could actually have the whole market sewn up right now if they started making these subtle little changes. I think every other company should be worried, because with Starkiller letting them use their models, I mean, he produces some super accurate stuff. So if you're interested in purchasing one of these, you can head on over to txqsaber.com. That's saber.com, and purchase one and then come back in stock. Again, we're going to pack this stuff up and we're going to head into the basement. So let's go. Okay, we're back in the basement. I have the Allen wrench, the set screws, and the instruction booklet that came with it, which is very straightforward. Got the instructions here all in English. Let's try installing the blade. I'm going to go across from each other, kind of like how you tighten lug nuts on your car. This is exciting to me. Stinker. So they did give me a few extra screws, because there's going to be, I think there's only one in the FX emitter plate. Okay, now that we got that, got one more screw in here. Now I'm going to dim the lights and go get my glasses. So I have a little problem with epilepsy. So I'm going to put my glasses on here just to avoid the flashes. So we're going to fire it up.
You don't know what you're facing. You won't go any farther.
Do lockup. Do some blaster bolts. Do another lockup.
You did your best.
Let's try to change the sound font. So I believe that you hold it up vertical like this, tap the auxiliary. I don't know what that meant. Oh, wow. This also has gesture commands. This is it. This is impressive. Power down. The blade is in there good. That blade's not coming out. Change the font.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him.
Kenobi. Oh, this sounds like A New Hope. Oh, you can bounce it back. Change the font.
Kenobi. Kenobi!
One of my all-time favorites. Ooh. Listen to that. This is violent, man. I'm looking into the camera and not at the light, but this one, there's no avoiding the light.
I can see him in my mind's eye.
I love that character. I love it. Let's see the next font.
General Kenobi.
Sounds like Grievous to me. Oh, this is like an episode 3 Kenobi. Listen to the hum. The blue is so bright. Bright through my glasses. I'm telling you, these guys have really impressed me with this stuff. Wow. We'll do another one. Anakin. Another blue, maybe? Who's up next?
Cal Kestis.
Cal Kestis. Another blue. This is like an ice blue. Straight up.
I am told it is the dark saber.
Oh, my favorite. My favorite. Look at that. Listen to the hum. What's the... Listen to that. Wow.
You are fighting against the blade.
So Starkiller brought over the TXQ Darksaber, but he didn't bring the blade over. But I saw it. It's a phenomenal piece of equipment. incredible. The Darksaber is my second favorite all-time lightsaber, and what TXQ produced, it is wicked sharp looking. I've obsessed about the Darksaber ever since the beginning, and it is super accurate. The TXQ Darksaber, super accurate. I saw it today. It's definitely going to be one of my next purchases. What is this? No idea. Green. No idea whose song font that is. Did that one.
Luke Skywalker.
Haven't done this one yet. Green? Ooh, this is sail barge green too. Listen to that ignition. Listen to the ignition. Listen to that hum. This thing is violent, man. Next one.
Smooth Jedi.
No idea. Smooth Jedi. Next.
Smooth Gray.
Smooth Gray. Now we're getting to the funky stuff. I can't look at this too long. On screen it's pulsating. I don't trust this one, man. I hope I don't. That one hurts.
Smooth Fuzz.
What? Smooth Fuzz? What the heck? It's different.
Teensy.
Teensy?
I think a lot about meteors, the purity in them. Boom, the end. Start again.
That's freaking Ultron, I think. I have no idea. People are yelling. I don't see. This is what I don't understand about the FX community. That stuff. But,
Teensy.
whoops. No idea what this is. You guys online listening. Sure is a cool purple blade. Let's see what lockup looks. I had a purple thing over here. I don't know if you. I don't know what half of these things are. Something's booting up. Oh, this is the pod racer? That's actually kind of cool. Oh, this is speeder bike. Oh, that's cool. Let me stop the... I want to do it again because it's a speeder bike. That's my intro. Oh shoot! I need this one saved. That's cool. That's cool. Jay got a kick out of that. There's gotta be like 20 sound fonts on this thing. Is this Jurassic Park? It is. You hear the hear the freaking raptor? Listen. That's a raptor. Oh my god. The heck? I don't get it. What is it? It sure is a cool animation. But I can't see that. I'm gonna have a seizure. Holy crap. No idea. I'm telling you, some of these guys are very, very talented with this programming. Sounds like lava. I have no idea what this stuff is, but there's got to be probably another speeder. Yep. Oh, that's cool. So this sound right here of Sebulba's pod racer, when I got out, that's badass, boy. When I got out of episode 1 back in 1999, I skipped school to go see it. I immediately thought the sound of Sebulba's pod racer was reminded me of my washing machine. Out of balance. We had an old washing machine, and that's what it sounded like when it ran. And then here's Sebulba running the pod racer, and sounds just like the broken washing machine. Woo, 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 woo.
I have something to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
No idea what this is. These animations are wild. I'm telling you, I've got 20 minutes in on this video, and it's all sound fonts. Jeez Louise, I'm gonna get sick. So fair warning, this blade is so bright, I would not recommend it if you have epilepsy. That's bad, man. Holy cow. That is killer.
Tell me, is this training?
Alright, we're back.
No. Always training. The universe is.
We're back to font 1.
I'm the one you're after. Bring your army. I'm ready.
This guy loves to talk.
your best.
Alright, so now let's try and do tip drag. I see this online. This will be the first time I ever successfully do tip drag. So let's try tip drag. Oh, that's wicked. That is wicked. Alright, the next one I want to try is the wall. Oh, this is cool. That's cool. Now lightning block. Okay. It's going all over the place. Really spazzing out.
Whatever happens, you're not alone.
Thanks, buddy. They got a lot of cool things. Battle mode, lock up, drag, melt, lightning block, force. Hold and release power while on. So that's the force button.
No joy in this victory, we shall find.
Too many killed on both sides.
That is cool. Okay. Woo! So all in all, this thing is super impressive. Now, like I said, I'm not a lightsaber guy. I'm a Star Wars guy. So I like the sound fonts that are from the movie and the cartoon shows. I'm totally blown away at those fonts. I give total respect to the programmers that do all that flashy light stuff. It's wicked impressive. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Now, as for the help, TXQ sponsored this video, so they sent this to me free of charge. So I have to put that aside and give my honest opinion, and I hope I'm not being disrespectful to TXQ, because I am totally blown away that they would want me to review their item. And I say this without any disrespect. I'm just super impressed at what they produced, considering all the other lightsabers they have in their shop. And again, I'm a Star Wars replica guy, not a lightsaber guy. They have tons of custom lightsabers in there, which, no disrespect, doesn't do anything for me because I'm a Star Wars guy. But there's a huge market for that. Seeing them step into this realm excites me, because this is super impressive. The electronics are great. The machining is great. The powder coat, anodizing, it's all really, really nice. The card is super nice. The construction is super nice. The chassis is super nice. They're using Profi boards, top-end electronic stuff. I cannot believe the jump that they've come. So what I can say to TXQ is, I'm telling you, if you make these little changes, these little tweaks in the next generation, if you haven't machined them already, moving this mounting screw inside the control box so it's not visible, changing the small screws to slotted flathead screws, 082s, and changing the tri-ring, overhauling the tri-ring to be more accurate to the screen use prop, and including a static pommel, I am telling you, you'll have the replica market sewn up, especially since this is the only Book of Boba Fett saber out there. If you were to make those changes, you would have it all sewn up. You'd have the lightsaber community, and then with this as an option, you'd have the super accurate replica prop community all on board. I'm telling you. Again, I cannot thank you enough for reaching out to Starkiller and having me do this. I'm blown away at the anodizing and the machine work. The machine work is super, super nice. If TXQ is also watching, I'd like to say that I saw the Darksaber today that they have, and holy hell, if you want a Darksaber, head over there right now, because I've seen it, I've held it in my hands. It is gorgeous, completely gorgeous. But I also want to thank Starkiller for recommending me to the TXQ, because without him, this wouldn't have happened. So again, I want to thank Starkiller for making this a possibility. I want to do a special shout out to TXQ for hooking me up with all this stuff. If you want to purchase one of these, they're sold out right now, but you can head over to txqsaber.com and they'll have them in stock shortly. with a new finish. So keep an eye out for that. With all that said, I want to thank you all for watching. Keep an eye out for the next video. This is Halliwax.